Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Adam. For the final time, this is the Vlog 365. My gosh, it's been a year since I've been doing these vlogs. It's been longer than a year because we had a little ban in last year of the summer for YouTube, so I wasn't able to do any vlogs for like 3 months. So it's been, but it has been officially 365 vlogs, 365 days. Of vlogs, and just thinking about how much change there's been. I mean, even just like my eyes, yeah? It's like if you're coming in for the first time, you're thinking, why have I got a picture of eyes as a thumbnail? I always get picture of the eyes as the thumbnail, so that way I can scroll down from vlog 1 all the way to 365 and see the progress and see the change in my eyes as you flick down. You know, sort of like age progression in a year or something. But I'm going to go back and I will change all the thumbnails in a week's time to something else. They'll have a completely different thumbnail, and they'll even say something different as well on it. So I'll start that process in a few days, and it'll take about a week, I reckon, to complete. So yeah, but there's been so much change. I mean, when I first started this series, this little vlog thing, I was living in a flat right next door to where I worked in a cinema. It was February, I believe, January. And I'd met my girlfriend, Victoria, sort of, I guess almost a year before that, I think. Because I met her in... Well, we started like really officially dating, I suppose, in May or June. But I've known her since before that. This is 2018 I met her. Man. I met her in, I think the first time we ever met each other was April 2018 when Infinity War came out. And then, you know, chatting on Messenger. Like, 3rd of May. Yeah, that's when we first started dating though, babe. That's when we first started dating. Like, when we first properly met, you know, was in April, because that's when Infinity War came out. In fact, I remember doing a first look on it in my car when I drove back from watching it, the staff thing, you know. That's when you first saw Avengers, but that's when we first met. That's what I'm saying. That's when we first met each other, okay? We didn't see each other after that until the screening of The Notebook, where you came in, and when we sort of exchanged the numbers, I gave you my number, you know? You saw the Avengers on the 3rd of May. Oh, okay, right then. Well, 3rd of May then. Must have been, I mean, I know it was like 19th, was it? Or 21st of April when Avengers came out. But okay, you came and saw it on the 3rd of May. So the 3rd of May then was when we first met. And yeah, and then we just started exchanging, you know, messages on Messenger. In fact, I was living with my mom at the time because my grandmother, the November or October before that, in 2017, had just passed. And my mom was really sort of devastated by it. So I moved in with my mom for a bit. I think I was there for a few months and then moved out. Got my own place, got that flat right by where I worked. And then met Victoria. And yeah, started, in fact, I was doing 2 jobs then. I was doing the cleaning at the cinema in the morning at like 6 a.m. and then going back sometimes on the evening to do a shift at the cinema. And then of course I was doing running in the car park because I just sort of played Freddie Mercury at the cinema, you know, for when Bohemian Rhapsody came out in 2018. And then I think I was still jogging in that, but then I didn't need to. I replaced the jogging with the working at the cleaning. So I was just doing the cleaning and the cinema on the evening. And man, I lost quite a bit of weight. I mean, if you go back to those early vlogs, I'm a little bit thinner, more defined, you know. I mean, this hair hides it really, but I was more defined, shaped, and I could tell the difference. I mean, I was beginning to get like a 6-pack on my belly, you know, because I was doing crunches in the morning as well, planking throughout the day, doing the running as well, and then doing the cleaning. And then me and the missus decided to move in because it had been like almost, it was almost a year, I think, because we started going out sort of like June, and I think it was by the following 2019 over April, we sick and tired of bloody, living apart, really, because Victoria would come to my place on the Wednesday evening and stay until Saturday morning, and then she would go back home because her daughter was being looked after by her dad. So Victoria was kind of like free, half the week. And half the week she would stay at mine, half the week she would stay at hers. But it was beginning to be a bit like the rest of that week, which it started off great because you had that separation, you had that time to yourself. But then it became a little bit more like, well, I wish she was here all week and that. And we really sat down and talked about it for a while. Is it better to move in where I lived, or is it better to move in where she lived? And, we worked it out with like the bills and everything, and it actually worked out space-wise, to be honest, that it's a no-brainer. Here is better. So we decided to, that's it, we'll live together. And then soon after, like literally as we were sorting out this moving thing, I had to have an operation for a hernia. So in the midst of moving things, in fact, one of the moving days was like literally a couple of days after my operation day, I think. And so, or it might have been like a week after, and it was like the final moving day. And I was like, I can only carry these light things, you know what I mean? And everybody else around me was carrying the heavier things, and I felt so guilty and so bad because I couldn't actually help out. I was trying to, but my mom was like, no, put that down. You're not meant to be picking that up. You're not even meant to be bending over to pick stuff up. And I was like, well, I gotta do something. But yeah, that was an interesting day. And then it was like recovery for like almost a month, I kind of feel, but it might have been longer, I don't know. But it was proper painful, that was. I tried to go as long as I could as well without having any painkillers or any type of pain relief. I think I lasted a day. Like one day, and I was like, you know what, I'm taking these now. But yeah, it was proper like, it was just the pulling factor, the pulling on the stomach, the muscles and that. So, but yeah, and then to be honest, and then since recovering from that, I haven't actually gone out and continued that exercising thing. I mean, to be honest, in all honesty, I'm not a big fan of running, to be honest. But once you get into it, you love it once you're into it. It actually feels really good, and you feel so alive and alert when you're doing it. And it's just getting that momentum to do it, because it's like you don't want to do it, and then once you start doing it, you do want to do it. You want to do it more and more. And it's like an addiction after a while. It's like anything, I think. If you're addicted to chocolate or whatever, exercise is exactly the same thing. You're reluctant to do it, but once you do it, you're fine. And then that's it basically. I mean, there's so many things, and now we live in a time where it's like Quarantineville, lockdown, keep your distance from everybody. It's mad, the things that have happened within the year. But yeah, so this is the last one, guys. This is the last update of my life, as it were. Unless I mean, I doubt it, but unless there's a massive like, no, continue to do it, man. I mean, if there's a mad thing in the comments to go, keep on doing it, then I'll do it once a week rather than every day. And I'd probably pre-record them as well. I'd probably just film bits of my life and then stitch it all together in like a, hey, here's what's happening this week type of thing, Maybe like Jack Black does when he's doing his things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if anybody. To be honest, there hasn't been much like interaction between when a video after a video is finished. Yeah, plenty of people watch it, but then there's not many comments that come on it, except for bots. Like Tom or these channels that you can tell it's an Autobot who's doing it. It's just a written command or something. It's quite funny. You want to be my friend? I want to be friends. In fact, I remember on one of these comments, right, it literally did it 3 times. It said, want to be friends, want to be friends, want to be friends. So I said on the first one, yeah, sure, we'll be mates. Yeah, sure. And then on the second one, I was like, oh, man, we're going to be busy mates. Oh, can you be the best man at my wedding, mate? And then on the third one, it was like, can I marry you now, please? Because it's like, you know that these comments that appear are just automated responses or something. I don't know why they do. I don't know how they appear, but I've seen them on so many channels. They just randomly appear. And it's always from a guy called Tom, you know, and I've checked out his YouTube channel. He ain't got any videos. But this Tom dude comments on every video I see. There's always a Tom comment. And it is the same channel, but it's always like wanna be friends, you know, or love your videos, wanna be friends. In fact, you guys watch, when I upload this, there'll be a comment. Come back to this video when it's like tomorrow, and you'll see a dude called Tom has gone, wanna be friends, I love your video. And it's like, it happens on every single one. Definitely not a stalker, definitely not. But yeah, it's just the joys of YouTube and, you know, some things, I don't know why it happens, but yeah. Anyway. Suppose I better get back. It's like, we've got like hours until, you know, the princess gets back home. So it's just me and the missus, you know what I mean? See what happens. And, yeah. So, for the final time, guys, in the description box below is my Discord, right? Hit me up in the Discord, Brotherhood. I'm in there every single day. And we can still continue this conversation, guys. This isn't like the end. You know, discover me in Discord, right? And if you enjoy flight simulation, I have like a little virtual career going on in my Discord channel where you can actually level up. And then eventually you'll be able to join me on these live stream flights that I do every week. And we can have a chat as we fly. You know, and it's just fun to do. And as well as that, I do also actually have a virtual career for, you know, a life, which the career mode actually launches, you know, within the week. So, you know, there's a few people going through, loads of people going through ground school. There's like a couple going through the flight school. I'm going to be going through the flight school. You know, this Wednesday is when I'm actually going to be start doing flights for that. And yeah, I was going to do it last week, but then there was an update for P3D or something, and I was like, no, I've got to do this first, and then do that. I've got to, you know, address this first. So, but yeah, as long as there's no more updates, then I'll be going through that flight school for Virtual Pilot's Life, which there's a link to the Facebook group in the description box below. Go join up. It's really fun. If you enjoy flight simulation, guys, it's just a fun way to enjoy it, you know, and you'll learn how to be able to handle your sim and your PC and keep everything, you know, fluid and everything, you know, going smoothly and no crashes and no glitches, and just, you know, really understand basically the sort of IT side of it all, you know. And then of course you get to learn how to fly plane. So yeah, really good. And then go on to the virtual career, which will be coming out soon, which I'll continue to go through on Twitch. So all the flights I do on Twitch will be because of that. We'll be going through that virtual career thing. So yeah. Anyway, I better go, man. Anyway, c'est la vie, whatever. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the Discord. Bye. Oh, by the way, there's a free book below as well. Free book, guys. You can have it. All right, take care. Bye.